Okay, so red day recap here, down 250 bucks. Um, so what happened today? Well, I think I'll do a brief overview of what today looked like, and then we'll go back and see what tomorrow has in stock or in play. So clearly an inside chop fest day. Um, I'm not very good at, I don't think anyone's very good at trading these. There's not really a clear trend. I mean, sure, if you want to argue for the sake of arguing, something is like that, but not very, it's so choppy, it's almost impossible to trade. And clearly I just got paper cut after paper cut after paper cut, just tries and tries, both long and short. So choppy day, shouldn't have traded at all, and this is my first mistake. So I looked this morning on the daily, and here we are. So could have been a bull flag day. Like if we got over 370s, we could head for 372s for new highs. um, but just an inside day, didn't break new lows. So my game plan for the day should have been, here's the 4-hour chart, another bull flag. So we gapped up in the mornings. I'll show you. Let's see. So to map this out, what we can do here is I look at like the daily chart and then what happened the last like 2 previous days, and I mark out the highs and lows of significant levels that we have to break out. So for example, to start, I mark the absolute high and the absolute low. So this line is just from the daily chart. If we come back out to the daily chart, it's the high of well, there's pivot points here, the high of yesterday, and then if we come back into like the 4-hour, I mark out relative highs of the last couple of days where we could see potential flat top breakouts, breakdowns. Yeah, so big support and resistance levels. Then the 30-minute here. So this morning we gapped up, right? And I marked out where clear resistance could be. So first, the resistance we first saw was 362.50s. And then from yesterday, we saw that was a similar area to consolidate. Just see, we had a consolidation period between 361.50s and 362.50s, and that's exactly what we saw a couple days ago, just in between here, or just on Friday. So then I saw that this would be a good flat top breakout if we break over 363s here, because this most likely had resistance, even though the candle goes up to 363.60s. So this was a good breakout point this morning, which I didn't take because I didn't map it out correctly. I didn't really map out the previous days, so I didn't really know where the breakout points would be. And then I marked out, so this more or less support here in this 364.50s areas, and then a bit of resistance at 365.50s, just at the top of this support area. And I knew if we broke above that, we would have to break through all of this chop and get to 368s, basically. So one thing I knew, but I didn't listen to myself, was, okay, so if we break into the 364.50s area, right, where this consolidation started, so if we break into this area, now we have to get out of this area, either breaking back down or breaking up, right? So once we broke up, I knew, okay, the next direction is, still go with the trend. So break up to 365.50s, and we did that too, right? Next resistance is 367 or 368s, basically, close to 368s. And so I knew, go long until then, but then we started getting chopped out. So I waited for the pullback because I missed the breakout and I didn't want to chase. And then, even though I could have made money chasing, but that's not a good habit to have. And then on the pullback, I got in around 365s, 365.50s for the previous support, and it stopped me out by going farther. So if you come into the 5-minute, it's just disgusting. So yeah, this is where I got chopped out. I took my first bounce play off of here, and then got stopped out down here. So overall, chop fest of a day. But tomorrow, this is what I'm looking at. So back to the daily. If we break out of the 370s area, 370.50s, our next resistance would be 375s to 378s, right? So then after that, it's more, I wouldn't say blue skies, but clear skies, right? So let's go to the 4 hour and then the 1 hour to discuss what tomorrow can look like if we break up. So if we break over 368s here, we have a good clear window straight to 370s. So that would be a nice long if you break up. Yes, it would be extended, but there's clears because here, I mean, yeah, you have a little bit of resistance at the 369.50s area, but it looks like each time it's broken through that area or broken down from that area, not really consolidated at it, if that makes any sense. So this broke all the way through, this broke all the way up and came back down, right? So same with this one, broke all the way through, came down, broke through, came down. So I think it's a clear. If we break into the 369, 68, 50 area, we can get up to 370 50s and then 372 50s for this next area. That would be the play for tomorrow. However, if we break down, let's go to the 1 hour. If we break down from this area, I'm only willing to take a short in between 365 50s and 364 50s. So I'd probably take a starter for a breakdown of 364 50s and then add for the break at 364 50s. Sorry, I'd take a starter at 365 50s and then add at 364 50s and then ride it into this consolidation area or this gap window here between 362.50 and 364.50. So that's the game plan for tomorrow, but it looks like we have a triple top, flat top breakout pattern that could, if we're strong, potentially work out. So long over 368.50s into 370s for tomorrow, I think would be a nice gap up, or watch for resistance at 368.50s to then add to your position if we break through it. That would be a safer way, because then if we reject it, you can just sell your position and not risk. But yeah, that's the game plan for tomorrow. No big deal today. Going to start with a $10,000 account tomorrow morning. So I'm excited for that. Smaller, I've been trading for the last 2 months with an $18,000 account, but I'm going to try a smaller rate just to see how much I can make with the $10,000 account. But till then, I will catch you in the morning.